So I just got this in the mail. It's the latest accessory I've bought for my Jeep. This is the Aukey dual dash cameras at 1080p. And I had already bought a pair of these for my husband Chris and helped him install them in his Jeep. And we both love it so much that I had to get one for my Jeep. Even though I really don't drive a lot, I think it's very important now to have a camera in there to see, you know, not just for accidents, which is important, you can have a proof of what happened for your insurance, but you never know what other interesting things might happen that you would have wanted to record while you're out driving around. So I'm going to open this up. This one's the GPS, so it'll do a timestamp and a GPS coordinates at the bottom of your screen instead of just the time. And it'll also give you your speed in miles per hour or kilometers per hour as well. So this is what comes with the GPS. GPS itself, a little user's manual, and a sticker, which on the back has an awesome 2-year warranty, 24 months. And I've heard really good things about Aukey's customer service. This is how the box comes packaged. Nice styrofoam. And then all the camera accessories are on the inside. Here's everything that comes in the box. A 20-foot heavy-duty cable. That's really cool that it's so thick. Camera, front camera and rear camera. Some little clips for sticking to the windshield if you need one, depending on what kind of car you have. Power adapter. The big one is for hooking the two cameras together to each other. Cigarette outlet, USB charger, sticky pads for the front camera and sticky pads for the rear camera, an instruction manual, and replacement sticky pads. Memory card is kind of hard to get out. It's got 2 slots, which is a really stupid design. So if you have big fingers, you're going to have to use your fingernail to push it. It's even harder now that I'm trying to do it one-handed. Let's see, that popped out. Okay. Use your nails to get it out. And then you gotta use your nail. Yeah, you hear the little spring load and it goes back in. So it's not too bad, but it can be a little bit annoying. Buttons on this camera are all black and really hard to see, so I just went ahead and painted it. The exclamation triangle I made it yellow, the up and down arrows I made white, and the OK I made blue. Here's how we have the camera set up in Chris's truck. I actually painted the buttons because they were all black and they were difficult to see, so I painted those up and they look much better now. That's the GPS, and then we've got it running up through the top here. And then down the A-pillar, taped across the top, and through the AC, and into the power there. The rear camera has the wire going through here, through the A-pillar, and I threaded it through the top here. And then it comes out back here. Hooked it up onto there. And then that's the rear camera. Very small, doesn't obstruct the view or anything. Okay, so in my Jeep I have it hooked up slightly differently. I've got it in the same place pretty much. The GPS is actually behind the rear view mirror, so it's not blocking my view. And I have all the wires running through the passenger side through the A-pillar. I took the tops off and that made it a lot easier to thread it through. Then it goes through the back side of the passenger seat. And then I got it all coiled up back there. Chris is still there. And then I put the little camera next to the wiper wiper's motor, and it doesn't obstruct my view right there. I did have it more centered, and that was bad. I couldn't see, so I moved it over. And the wiper doesn't get in the way or anything, and that's my setup for my Jeep. It works really well. Here's what the camera looks from the front of my windshield. One other thing I want to mention is that if you go into settings when you first get this, the microphone is turned off. So be sure to set the mic on so you can record the audio of what's going on inside the cab as well. The other feature that's set to on when you first get this is a green light that flashes and shows on the outside that you have a camera in your car. I think that's a really dumb feature to have on a camera because it just says to thieves, "Please steal me, break into my car." So you want this to be as least noticeable as possible, so make sure you get that feature turned off.
In 3.5 miles, arrive at the dump on the right.
Yeah, so I'm speaking normally, so this is a test of the microphone. It's a beautiful day in Florida today. Looks like scattered thunderstorms, just typical for us. And one thing I like about this camera that I forgot to mention was that it doesn't have a battery. It has capacitors, and the capacitors handle the high heat much better than a lithium-ion battery does. So for having it in a hot car that's out in the sun all the time, in a hot state like Florida or Arizona, I recommend this camera because the capacitors can really take the heat.
In 3.5 miles, arrive at the dump on the right.
Yeah, so I'm speaking normally, so this is a test of the microphone. It's a beautiful day in Florida today. Looks like scattered thunderstorms, just typical for us.
Welcome to Florida. Welcome to Florida. Like metal or rubber. And this is all the good city lights. This is good.
Yeah.
Especially when we get up here towards Publix. This will be a good example of what it can do. Oops. Big splat.
Do you see it? It's on the windshield?
Yeah, below the camera though, way down here. Big eternal
Yeah,
plug.
but still.
Yeah. Wow. Hope it looks as good on the computer screen. Like metal or rubber. And this is all the good city lights. This is good.
Yeah.
Especially when we get up here towards Publix. This will be a good example of what it can do. Oops. Heard a big splat.
Do you see it? It's on the windshield?
Yeah, below the camera though, way down here. Big nocturnal
Yeah,
plug.
but still.
Yeah. Wow. I hope it looks as good on the computer screen.
This recycle plant looks pretty cool at night.
Like something you see in a Fallout game.
Yeah. This recycle plant looks pretty cool at night.
Like something you see in a Fallout game.
Yeah.
I am very happy with this camera. I think the video footage that it takes in the RAW format is very good. I have noticed some pixelization when there's like too much of one color, like the black on the street, but it's not too bad. It's really negligible. And I wanted to mention also that make sure you have a really good memory card, one designed for dash cams, because you're going to end up with two files. You have two cameras, so you're going to get these files that have A for the front camera at the end and B for the rear camera at the end. There is one small thing that might be a con to some people. When you turn on the car, the camera doesn't instantly start recording. There's about a 7-second delay. But really, I think this is a minor thing that it does. When I start my car, I don't just pull out of the parking spot as fast as I can. I'm usually looking for my seatbelt or putting my phone away. So a little bit of a delay at the start, I think, is totally worth it. This camera comes in at a good price at $130, and you get two cameras with really good footage. I mean, you can see license plates once you get close to cars, and it takes really good footage in all kinds of condition. In fact, the night footage I think was really good in the front with the headlights. I have these really bright LED headlights, but it was dark, it had set, but it made it look like it was twilight. It was not that bright in real life, so the camera actually picks up things better on the front camera with the headlights. Definitely a good camera. Aukey's done a great job with this one. I've bought two, and I definitely would recommend it if you guys are considering having a camera in your car.